Hey, welcome back. This is the Part-Time Players Podcast, episode 84. This is the video game podcast where two pals this week discuss the week's video game news of the week. My name is Reece Lagden. I am joined, as always, by Bradley Seeley.
Hello. Yes, I am Bradley Seeley.
Hey.
I remember back in the day when I didn't used to let you say my surname, but that's gone out the window.
I just started doing it at this point, and then it's we're 12 months in of me doing it, and you're just like, whatever.
Yeah, I don't care anymore.
Yeah. I feel like I slipped it in when Ash joined. Or maybe when other Brad joined, so I had to. It had to be clear where there was two Brads, so it was always Brad Moore. Brad. Although when I obviously talk to Brad, I'm obviously normally in a Destiny chat. I still think of him as Brad Moore, not just Brad, even though you're not there.
Yeah,
and I might still just say his full name, although he's the only Brad in the chat. Just in my mind, you are Brad Seeley. He is.
Thank you. Moore. Yeah, I am the Brad.
You are the Brad Seeley.
The Brad. Yeah.
Yeah.
The original.
You are him.
Yeah,
I was just saying before the podcast, I kind of paused to do the intro because I kind of got this like half burp. I feel it like brewing, but
well, hit mute if you think you're gonna, because
it might be epic.
No one wants to hear that though.
They might do. I might like savor it until like the last. I might like let it build for an hour.
It's actually making me feel a bit sick. So it's,
All right, fine, fair enough. Well. Please go and like and subscribe to the podcast wherever you do listen to it.
No one's going to do that now. No one's going to do that. They're like,
I might do. Why not? Burps and gags.
Yeah.
We could rename the podcast the Part-Time Burping Podcast.
Yeah. Okay. It's a very weak premise to a podcast, I think. But,
you just turn it on and you just go, and then it's done.
It might do better than this.
Tune in next week, folks.
Yeah.
It might do well. You never know. But yeah, if you do want to subscribe to the podcast, go to any podcast platform. We're obviously on all of them: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, etc. Obviously, you know.
Are we on Buzzsprout though? That's the real question.
Are we? I feel like we are. Are we not? I feel like we are. Search it.
No, you carry on. I'll search.
All right, just search. But yeah, obviously we're also on YouTube as audio only at this moment in time. So yeah, please review, subscribe. We really do appreciate it. This week we've got we've got a few news stories, and we're also going to discuss the Hogwarts State of Play that happened this week. I believe it was on Thursday. Obviously last week, as you listen to this on Monday. I've got some notes of what was shown, and then we're just going to discuss our impressions on how we think it's going to turn out. We also did actually play GTA Online on PS5 together yesterday. We had some teething problems trying to work out how to do a mission and get a heist going, but I thought it was quite enjoyable overall.
Yep. Well, we didn't get to do a heist, did we? Because no one would do it. So.
Yeah, we're going to find the people to do it. Yeah. And I generally find you either have the problem of actually getting a team together, or you do get a team and someone messes it up. So I've never actually completed the final heist in online. So maybe one day. Yeah.
Probably not with me though, because I'll probably never go back to it. I don't know. So,
that was your one outing. You gave it a go.
Yeah, I give it a go. And then, but never know. You never know.
You enjoyed the casino.
I did. Yeah.
Would you have just preferred it? We just stayed in the casino the entire time.
If they had that Texas Hold'em poker, then I would have stayed there. But they didn't. They only had free card, and
Fine. Yeah. Well, should we go on with the news?
Yes.
Firstly, did you actually look it up? Are we on there?
I don't know. You have to sign in and all that, and we don't.
Oh.
That, so I can't
all right, fine.
I don't actually know if Buzzsprout is a streaming platform or it's just for like hosting. So maybe not.
Was that one of the first places that we did this?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, I was going to say, I feel like I recognize the name from somewhere. Yeah, I don't know if it actually does. I think it might be just a hosting platform.
But I just don't know. So we'll move on.
Yeah.
Yes. But we're everywhere else. So
Well, I have the first news story, which is it's about Xbox and their internal studios So the initiative management team says it's very confident of his team despite a lot of departures. It's quite unnerving for any student to have this many departures. They've kind of listed how many people have left since its join, and it's quite comical considering we discussed it a few months ago. Obviously, they announced the studio as being the first quadruple A studio. And before anybody says, no, they didn't, they did. They literally advertised, come work for a quadruple A studio. It was in their job advertisement. And then obviously the first kind of signs where, oh, this doesn't look quite right is when they obviously got, again, help from Crystal Dynamic, literally helping them develop Perfect Dark. And now a sea of people, since it started, have just left from, we've got, the game director has left, the design director has left, the lead level designer has also left, and associate design director has also left, senior system designers, principal level designer, the list goes on, Game Boy designer. It just every level of senior management, the director of narrative has left, so the writing team director's left, the technical director, so the programming lead is left. It doesn't really matter
29 people.
29 people. I don't think it matters what studio you are. Even the best studios in the world, you talk about Naughty Dog, Rockstar, whoever you think is the best in the world. If you have this many departures at leadership, you got problems.
Yeah. And now they've got to obviously replace those. They have had a few new hires, so they've replaced a few. They've replaced some people. Senior level designer. They've replaced our lead VFX artist, franchise director. But yeah, it's still, you think. I think they said you said earlier on they announced it 4 years ago, so you'd kind of be thinking the game would be well along in the process, and like having a couple of people leave would set it back. So having 29 people leave one studio making one game is going to seriously affect it.
No, definitely. I'm pretty sure this studio got announced in 2018, and this is when it launched. So it's been 4 years. You would expect this E3 or whatever Microsoft summer thing will be showing Perfect Dark, as in coming out within the next 6 months from that press, right? Like you would want to see gameplay. It's well in development, but if it's there, I don't know. I wouldn't be it's on Game Pass, so I guess they're not that bothered about sales, but still. Still, when you look at the people that's come over, like the people you just named, it's from the Coalition, Infinity Ward, Riot, Treyarch. Pretty much all of them are internal.
Yeah.
All right, 2K's in there. That's the only one I can see that's actually come from an Turn 10. Is that?
There's a Naughty Dog one on there as well. That's
okay.
Yeah, but it's not looking good. Not looking good for the old Perfect Dark. So I could say it's probably going to be imperfect dark.
Yes. I like. Oh, good. That's good, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Just tying in, this is from like the 6th of March, so it's a few weeks ago. But Halo Infinite's multiplayer lead Andrew Witt is also leaving 343. He put a tweet out. Today was my last day at 343 Industries. It's been an honor leading the multiplayer design team over these years. Thank you to all Halo fans for the feedback over the years. We made this game for you. Well, didn't do a very good job. Going to take some time off to relax and recharge. But I'm excited for what's next. So that's another head honcho from another place, Xbox, exclusive studio, 343. I don't think they make very good Halo games. Leaving as well. So it's not, I don't know. You don't know what's going on in the background, do you? You don't know what's, all we can do is speculate, but it doesn't seem great over there.
Yeah, no, it doesn't at all. And I'm not just sharing on it just because I'm into more PlayStation. If this was, I don't know, Santa Monica, for example, and you had Cory Barlog leaving, or you saw Naughty Dog or Neil Druckmann. Do you know what I mean?
If Neil Druckmann left with Naughty Dog, I think it'd be a great, it'd be a great thing.
Do not say that. No, it's not.
Yeah,
no, it's not. No. He's a brilliant storyteller. Eh, you don't. Yeah, yeah. He
Maybe it was a
is.
good storyteller, but maybe the way they put the game together should have been different.
All right, but
Yeah.
that's not his. He was.
No. And
Yeah.
they should have omitted that graphic sex scene because that was not necessary and abhorrent. So
anyway,
yeah.
steering away from Last of Us Part Two. Yeah, no, it is definitely. I would be concerned, particularly because of what type of game Halo Infinite is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a live service game that has just launched with obviously loads of teething problems. It's been delayed loads of times, and it's finally launched. And I heard someone say it's a live service without service. And now
Yes.
the lead
Yeah.
multiplayer guy, as it's just
Gone.
launched, is now leaving.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like this is the wrong time you want these types of people to leave.
Yeah.
If it was like a single player game and they're just launching it's the finished product, I kind of get it. He's done his job, he wants a
Yeah.
break, and maybe fresh ideas for the next Halo game is a good thing. And creative roles, you probably it's quite good to have a good turnover. But when it's an ongoing game, you kind of want the
Head
leadership
guy.
to
Yeah.
be the
To be there.
staples, and maybe
Yeah.
you have some of the other members of the team, like the lower down members, the engineers or whoever, come in and out.
Yeah. But he's just
I
dipped
don't
out.
know.
He's like, I'm out. He's like,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've not played. I've said this before. I know Mark has been on here a couple of times. He's played the online and he said he enjoyed it. I haven't played the online. I've only played the story campaign. I finished that. It's quite good. It is quite. It could have done with a few more different. There was only really one biome. It could have done if it could have been would have made it better if there was a few different environments. Like even Halo 1 had that. You had like the valleys, you had the snow bit, you had like there's like level set on kind of beach. With Halo Infinite, the single player, it was basically outside, like a big open world outside, valleys, mountains, and then grey corridors. That was all it was. So it could have, made it a bit better with that. Apparently, they are going to bring out seasonal story, content. They did tease a new enemy called the Endless, which I think is going to be like the Flood, like a new variant of, like an offshoot of the Flood, but kind of in the same way of what the Flood is. So they've teased that at the end of the game. So I do think story content is coming, and when it does come, I'll jump back on. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the online side of it, when it launched, it didn't even have a team deathmatch, which is that's the mode I always used to play on Halo. And that's basically, when you're thinking of an online game, multiplayer game, team deathmatch is the one, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's
Kind of basic, yeah.
it's
Kind of a fundamental you would expect to be there, right?
You have solo, obviously, but then team deathmatch is it's a staple, and it wasn't there. Obviously, it launched without co-op. It launched without Forge. Now it is all supposed to be dropping in May, but yeah, for Xboxes, it's unquestionably their flagship game. Like Master Chief is the mascot, if you want, of Xbox, and you think it would have been polished, ready to go, everything ready in there. But I think because they had to delay it embarrassed them when they delayed it for not, so it wasn't available for launch. So for them to delay it again, it would have just been unthinkable. So they've kind of put it out as it is, but it's not. Yeah, it wasn't ready.
As a comparison, I've been looking it up. So the senior design leads at Bungie, obviously similar live service game, he's been in post for 16 years and he's still there now. And the other one's been there for 8 years and still in post. Like these stable, do you know what I mean? You need that in a live service. You need your leadership to have been there from the beginning and just stayed, because it's so important. That's why I think Sony, and there's a lot of rumors that the big part of that money that they paid for Bungie was big checks to the leadership to make sure they stayed in place, because they didn't want all the creatives and all the talent in Bungie just to be like, oh, wait a minute, we wanted to be independent. We don't want corporate Sony bossing us about. Here's big checks, here's contracts, stay in place for the next 5-10 years or however long they want them to be there for. So
yeah, it's they might turn it around, like like you say, Destiny 2 when it first came out was a bit shaky, and hopefully Halo will pick up, but at the moment, and the Perfect Dark Studio as well, with it so many departures, it's unprecedented. That's why I think that's why it's got so much attention, because one or two people leaving, whatever, in the background, no one really pays much attention. But for this many to be described as a Fast and Furious exit of the studio, it's it doesn't bode well
Senior
for
positions as well. It's like literally every department, the leadership is just going like, bye bye.
Yeah, and do you think is it something to do with Microsoft?
Yeah,
Being
is it Phil Spill? Is it Phil
on
Spencer?
top of them, like this, or were they not happy when Crystal Dynamics had to come in and help? You don't know,
Possibly.
really.
Yeah, that might have been it. Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
obviously, we don't know. We don't have a mole inside the company telling us. So
No, but I think you might have hit the nail on the head there. If you're a lead and you've been head of your department for 2-3 years, and then your company hires an outside company to then console and lead on top of what you're doing, you're like,
no.
I think I'll go elsewhere where I can actually lead again. I'm not going to be second fiddle to some guy over in Crystal Dynamics. So maybe that's what it was. I don't know.
But that was the I don't know. I've never played a Perfect Dark game, so
I never really played that many Xbox franchise games. So, but this might be the thing that prevents Xbox becoming number one. We all thought it was inevitable once they got Activision because of how many studios they have, but they need to manage them all. Can they?
No.
Big question marks.
Yeah,
exactly, the big question marks. Can they manage them? And they seem to have kept Bethesda independent. Mm-hmm. But I think Bethesda does need a little bit of management of what we said before. Their cycle of how long it takes them to make their RPGs is too long.
Yeah.
They need to split into separate teams now because adding Starfield with the how long it's taken them to do Elder Scrolls and Fallout, it's having those 3 franchises as one studio. It's just, and they're doing them one at a time. It's too much.
There is big, like I think I was mentioning last week. I think there's some more stuff coming out this week about potentially they're maybe doing something with Fallout New Vegas. So maybe a sequel or just like a revamp of it.
Okay.
Which would hold, obviously, would tide people over for the Fallout because 2015 was the last game, so it's coming up in October. It'll be 7 years. Like you say, it's too long. They've got this really big franchise of Fallout, this lore, all this. It's
Hello, how far away do you reckon we are from obviously Starfield's this year, and then obviously Elder Scrolls, but 4 years away probably? What we're thinking, 26 for Elder Scrolls?
Elder Scrolls, 2026, I'd say 4 years away. So then you're looking at what? You're looking at another Fallout 2030.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. As it is, like, we don't know if they're gonna bring anything else out or do a remake or whatnot. But if it's going the way it is, it'll be 2030 before the new, and then that will be 15 years. Between 15 Fallouts.
Yeah, and each one will probably be 15 years because you're then thinking 4 years again after.
Mm-hmm.
Another Starfield 2, whatever it is.
The Starfield, talking of Starfield, they've done a little episode of behind the scenes of Starfield. I watched that. It was only about 6 minutes long.
Okay.
But they was talking about different factions you can have, and if there's a pirate faction, and if you want to work for the pirate faction, but you want to play as a good character, you can kind of work with them and get intel and then pass it on to the police. I don't know. Galactic Police, I don't know. You can do that, but it looks good. They didn't really show a lot of gameplay. They showed a bit of one of your sidekicks, it was like a robot. That looked pretty cool.
Okay, cool.
And they're saying you can do. I don't know whether I believe it or not, but you can do anything. You can do whatever. The world is your oyster. You can all these different choices, all these different factions you can play as, and so it's got a lot of potential, and it's got potentially going to be massive. So I'm really looking forward to it. But I'm
sure it's going to be good.
Throwing that into the mix of Elder Scrolls, and you got Starfield, then you got Bethesda. When are they going to be making more games? And Obsidian, who've done New Vegas, they've got their hands full. They're doing Outer Worlds 2. They've got what's that other game, that fantasy game coming out? I can't remember what's it called. I can't remember what it's called. It was at their is that E3 last year? I think it was. Avowed, is it?
Oh yeah.
So they got that. So they can't really take on take on another game. So
Yeah.
It's not looking good for the old. I know they're doing a Fallout TV series, but again, when's that going to come out? Like, how long's
That's
the Lord of the
Amazon,
Rings
right?
TV series being made? Years. So they announce it, and
Pandemic did delay it, right? So
yeah,
yes, the schedule's a little bit off at the moment.
Yeah, but I'm hoping Starfield does.
Yeah. Is it
feel the
looking like out of all the established franchises, like Spacey, Star Wars, Star Trek, Mass Effect, what is it looking closest to in comparison?
I haven't seen a lot, but I think it's kind of like I'd say Mass Effect in like I'd compare it to Mass Effect in like the scale, but I
Okay.
think it's got more you've got more options and more freedom, maybe, you know, like a Skyrim or a Fallout. The way I've seen of it, you can just go wherever and do, you know, follow your different paths and that. So yeah, really looking forward to it. November, obviously I'll download that. That might be the next time I play my Xbox, because since Halo I haven't played it. So
nice.
yeah, it's but yeah, looking forward to that.
No, sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I'm certainly intrigued by it, and I will likely pick up an Xbox to play it.
Yeah, definitely. So let me choose a news story for me to talk about next. What one should I talk about? I will do Dead Space. So apparently, Dead Space remake is launching early 2023. There's been a few whispers concerning release date of E3 Dead Space remake in recent weeks, but now the publisher has moved to bring the rumors to a halt by giving the sci-fi horror Rejuvenation an official early 2023 release window, which, you know, in my eyes is January to March. That's, you know, that's early. So
yeah.
Despite developer EA Motive having repeatedly stressed its Dead Space remakes was still in the early stages of development, each time it's been given an airing since its announcement. The VentureBeat journalist Jeff Grubb has given fans hope it might be arriving as early as this autumn in a report written late last year. So that's kind of been squashed, and they're saying, yeah, it's 2023. You've not played Dead Space before, have you? Any of them?
No.
So would you pick this up?
No.
No?
No.
Why? Why would you not play Dead Space?
It's one of the best
It's one of the best sci-fi horror games of all time.
I will play that if you play Elden Ring.
You can't compare the two though. Elden Ring.
I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying I'll play and buy Dead Space.
Yeah.
If you buy Elden Ring.
You know what? The amount I've been listening to a lot of stuff about Elden Ring, and it is the first like Souls type game that I'm thinking actually kind of want to play. Like it's crazy,
yeah.
But the way it's been talked about and how good it is, you do think, oh,
you kind of missing out. You got to give it a go.
Missing out.
Yeah.
But Dead Space, you know, that would be one of my platinums if I hadn't have done it on Xbox, because I've done it back in the day on Xbox. I got 1,000 out of 1,000 game score. If I'd done it on PlayStation, I would have had little platinum for it.
Well, you can do it. You can do it next year.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I even play, and one of the trophies or achievements back then was difficulty based. So I had to do it complete on his hardest difficulty setting. I've done it. You know,
wow.
that was back in the day when I didn't play with it on easy.
Yeah, I'm not into the survival horror type games, so
yeah, no, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to even more Callisto Protocol, made by the guys who made the original Dead Space.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be also good.
Yeah. So they're two sci-fi horror games. I'm gonna get, but then at the end, I did say I would play Alan Wake again when they re-released it, and I didn't. So.
Completely forgot that you said you would do that.
But maybe it's in sale. I don't know if it's in a sale.
I think it has been on a sale quite a few times. It's kind of falling off the face of the earth. Really, it didn't really. I don't know, impact much. I don't think it got reviewed very well. I think there was a lot of. I don't know. I just don't think it was a very.
I don't think it was a great port of. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that. Yeah, it was a great one. But Dead Space.
I wonder what they're doing next. Well,
they are doing Alan Wake 2, isn't they?
Remedy. Oh, yeah. That's what are they? Yeah, you're right. I was thinking, I wonder what Remedy are doing next, because I was hoping it'll be another Control. I really like Control. It's good.
Yeah.
Talking about another game studio and similar horror, but completely different style, and that's Supermassive. They've teased their next game, and it's called The Quarry. And it looks like they're going back to the roots, which everybody loved. Obviously, their original big game, which was Until Dawn. And there's like it's going to be another teen, horror type situation. Similar storytelling where it's like the butterfly effect, depending on the choices and dialogue choices. Yeah. You know what their types of games are. They've teased it. And obviously we haven't got a date or anything with it. They've just announced what the game is going to be, and it's obviously going to be in a similar vein. Oh no, we do have a date. The 10th of June, PS5, PS4, Series X, PC, cool. And you can pre-order now. So nice little announcement.
I don't play these type of games, but I have watched a Let's Play of the Until Dawn, and I thought it was just about a spoiler for anyone who don't know what happens. I thought it was just like a slasher, like kind of like an 80s movie, teen slasher, and then they just introduced like these supernatural Wendigo creatures into it, and I was like, okay, that kind of took a step to the right. So it was pretty good though. Yeah, I know Ash plays them. I think
Tony's got people from like Nightmare on Elm Street and Scream and stuff, so they're really going into their horror road. So I'm sure if people that like story-driven games and they like horror and they really like Until Dawn, I think this could be a return to form, because I think was it them that's been doing I can't remember. They had like a long deal. Is it the picture anthology?
I think
something like that.
Maybe.
Yeah, I can't remember which. Whatever. But I know they signed up to a long deal with Bandai Namco, I think, with the anthology. So it's good to see them do something a little bit different. But
Okay, next news story is Resident Evil 2, 3, and 7 coming to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. It's Capcom has confirmed that save data will transfer across the upgraded versions of each Resident Evil game. It's also confirmed that DLC from Resident Evil 7 Gold Edition will also transfer. That includes banned footage, Volume 1 and 2, and End of Zoe episode. This is good, but I was playing Resident Evil 2 last year, finished it with both characters, Claire and Leon. I don't think I'd go back to doing it, just because it's on.
It's so soon that you did beat already.
And to be fair, when I was playing on the PS4 version, it looked good. It looked really good.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't hear you. Did you say it's free upgrade? Is it a free upgrade?
Let me look. Didn't say there. Anyone who has already owned the games on previous consoles will be able to get the upgrade for free.
Okay, that's good. I feel like we need to clarify that every time now after Rockstar, because clever wording, and you think you're getting something, and unless it's actually clearly said, it's not going to be free.
Yeah, PC players can also get a free update. So I wonder if that's like we've got Resident Evil 7 in the collection. So does that mean that we'll get the upgrade?
Possibly. Final Fantasy. Obviously, that upgrade was a bit different. Possibly.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was gonna buy Resident Evil 3 after I completed 2 last year, but it's really short and it's not as good a port as remake as number 2. So sorry, my dogs are being really annoying. Just keep wanting to go in and out of the bedroom.
While we're on the news of Resident Evil, we've got a date for the second Resident Evil live action TV show on Netflix, and it's July. So the 14th of July is when it's dropping. So I know the first one did quite well, right? I never watched it. Not a big fan of Resident Evil, but I'm pretty sure people received it quite well, if I remember rightly.
I know the movie come out. I know that didn't. I think that got panned a little bit.
Talk about the Netflix.
That one was pretty. The animated one. I tried to watch the animated one and I just couldn't get into it.
Okay, fair enough.
But I'll watch it. I caught myself watching one of the old Resident Evil films the other day. I don't know why, but it was bad. It was really bad. So but I've read the story. But again, I read that what the write up of what the series is, and your plan is like Wesker's twins or something. And I'm not playing, so you're watching it, and one's set in 2 timelines, one after the apocalypse, one before. Yeah, and it's like, did Wesker have kids? I don't know. I don't know, but yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah.
Tune into the next season. Maybe they'll tell you.
Maybe they'll tell you in June when it's on TV.
Yeah, yeah.
Or May. Where did you say it was? May or June?
July.
I was wrong on both.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
April, March,
Yeah,
February.
He's one of them. Yeah. But,
All
yeah.
right. Next news story is E3, not E3. EA won't be holding their annual EA Play It Live event this year.
Okay.
Not at all. Obviously, the last couple of years it's just been digital only because of COVID, and now this year they're like, nah. They have been meh, but I am still a little bit like, bit disappointed because the reason why they're meh is because they have so many potentially good games they could show, and they never show them. They just show us like an update to Sims. We see FIFA, Madden, and some random game like Skate.
Yeah.
And the devs talk for ages, and some indie games like Unravel 3 or 4 or whatever the next one's going to be. I don't know. It's like you got Star Wars for like 10 years pretty much.
Mass Effect.
I don't know. Yeah, they've got so much they can show. What is Dragon Age? You can show Dragon Age this year, surely. But nothing. No big conference from them this year, apparently.
So are they going to show that it's going to do kind of like what EA Plays and Nintendo Direct kind of thing?
They normally don't, do they? Do they do mini ones? I don't think I've ever. I think they've done an indie one before, but they normally just do one a year, which is EA Play Live.
So just going to announce on Twitter like this game's coming. Maybe.
Yeah. I guess, or maybe they're just not coming.
Yeah, random. Yeah. Will they be at E3?
No, this was their E3 thing, mate.
Oh, you don't do E3 no more, do they? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's yeah. I don't buy that many EA games anyway. So, and
I would like to see Jedi 2.
Yeah.
I would like to see Dragon Age.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's another thing I would like. Obviously, Mass Effect, but that's too soon for that.
Mass Effect, yeah.
I guess you would like to see more Dead Space.
Yeah.
And then other than that, I would like to see what they're going to call the new FIFA. This is the last year they can call it FIFA, right? So
they're going to call it football. football lads.
EA football.
EA football, yeah.
Not quite football, but EA football.
Yeah, not as bad as football, Jesus.
Yeah.
Nothing can be that bad. But
yeah.
Well, no more EA. EA's gone. Not EA the company, but you know what I mean. I don't know if you want to move it on to Harry Potter now. Do you want to move on to Harry Potter?
Yes.
Yeah, we've got. I think we've covered most of the.
Yeah, a couple of other stories. The only other one was that Exavian.
Yeah.
Just drop in the Tom Clancy. So it was already looked like a really dull, generic, like one of the worst decisions that Ubisoft have made, and now the only distinct part of it was the Tom Clancy label, and that's now gone.
Drop it. Yeah.
So it's just like what on earth?
Sorry.
Brad's fighting with his dogs to keep opening the door. Oh, here he goes. Door is closed. It's going to reopen again.
Closed because there's noise downstairs, and the dogs are just like, you know what? We don't care what you're doing. We're just the doors are open. We're just going to keep them coming in and out. Annoying boys. Yeah.
So last Thursday we had a Hogwarts Legacy State of Play, which came out of the blue. Obviously, there was a lot of rumors about a State of Play, and then I just assumed it would just be that Japanese one we got a couple of weeks ago, but we got another one. So we'll see. Is it going to be 3 weeks on the bounce, and we're going to get a God of War one this week? So no, boy, no. So yeah, we got some details. So the release date is going to be holiday 2022 currently. Hogwarts Legacy is an open world action RPG, which is set in the 1800s. Obviously, it's set in the wizarding world of Harry Potter, if you didn't know. And obviously, where it is an action RPG, obviously you can customize your character. Also, they showed a little clip of you customizing your hair and color and all that stuff. Obviously what you can expect. And it looks like also you can obviously have a choice of what house you go into. So you're going to choose from either Slytherin, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, or Ravenclaw. Which house are you going in, Brad?
I'd go for Hufflepuff. Hufflepuff is my house. That's what I would go for, yeah. Because
was you pleased to see the Obviously, the room,
Hufflepuff common room, yeah, it
common
would be
room,
able
yeah.
to, because obviously you always saw in the films, and that you saw at Gryffindor. Slytherin you saw in Chamber of Secrets because they went undercover.
Yeah.
I think in the books you had Ravenclaw one described. You knew where it was in the tower, but you never really heard anything about Hufflepuff. Like you didn't know.
Yeah.
I think it was
Yeah.
near the kitchens. No, I think they might have mentioned that. I think it was in the books. They mentioned it was near the kitchens.
Okay.
But yeah, I always thought if I was a wizard, and I got to go to Hogwarts, I'm not brave to go Gryffindor. I don't consider myself evil or slimy to go Slytherin. I'm not smart, so I wouldn't be a Ravenclaw. So I would just be like, the Mer house is Hufflepuff, so that's what I'd be. Yeah, so the Mer
Yeah,
house.
there's something about Gryffindor that just draws you in, right? Because of the
well, when I went
Harry Potter
to
films.
I done that. I went to the Warner Brothers studio tour years ago in near London, and I was like, oh, like group of people, everyone in that time slot doing a tour, and I was like, oh, what house are you in? And everyone was like, and I was like Gryffindor, and everyone was like, yeah, and like Ravenclaw, everyone's cheering. I was like Hufflepuff, and I was like, yeah, and it was just me. I was like, yeah, oh. Trying to get involved, just get involved. So
yeah, no, you got to represent. There's not many Hufflepuffs about,
and the older Quidditch game on PlayStation 2, Quidditch World Cup. You start off playing as your house team. I was always back in Hufflepuff. I was always
all right. No, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. That's one thing I was going to actually mention that was missing from the trailer. No Quidditch.
No Quidditch. No, you see broom flying, but no Quidditch.
But I would imagine if it was in here, they would have shown it. They showed a lot. Yeah. There's a lot here. It seems very ambitious.
Yeah.
And we'll go into our thoughts in a sec. But yeah, that was one thing I did notice that wasn't shown. Whether or not it's there or not, we don't know. So obviously there's going to be spells and abilities that you're going to obviously learn throughout your journey. It looks similar to, it gives me a lot of bully vibes, where obviously you're in classrooms, you've got to do little tasks like spells and things, and I'm sure you're going to unlock a lot of upgrades in class, which will then obviously be you'll be able to use in combat and stuff like that. I can imagine how it's going to work. Obviously there's a lot of places you can explore, so it's not just the campus of Hogwarts. They obviously explain that you can obviously have the surrounding area also, which is quite cool. And like you said, you can obviously explore on the broomstick and stuff. It would have been a little bit, I guess, odd if you could use a broomstick, but it was only the school. You can just go around and it was just like, and you got like turn around or like invisible walls around it or whatever.
I think, you can go Hogsmeade. That's another one where you can go.
Yeah, Forbidden Forest and some beyond other locations, they said. So yeah, there's a lot of places that they don't even apparently describe in the books. Cool. The world and the map is apparently quite big. They obviously zoomed out on the trailers that we saw. So, I look forward to exploring that. Obviously, they said there's quite a lot of puzzles and stuff, obviously within Hogwarts itself, where there's like mystery doors and obviously use magic. And,
that's what I'm looking forward to. Like,
it's really cool.
Like all these like hidden passageways and secret doors and everything that's in Hogwarts itself. And like you just saw like they showed a picture of that the Gryffindor common room. It just looks looks amazing. I'm actually actually excited for this game. So
it does look really good. They're utilizing the room of requirement quite cleverly as well. They did say I think you come in as a 5th year, so the room of requirement is in place for you to kind of catch up to the other people in your year, so you can like grow seeds and try different things. And it also looked like you had some kind of like you could build your own village, which looks a little bit like Fallout 4 kind of settlement type thing.
Yeah, you can build your own like house or something. Whatever style you want, like suits you. So that looks pretty good. Some of the skill, there's a lot of skill, like so you can kind of like specialize in, if you want to specialize in charms or herbology, you can like incorporate herbology into the fights as well by growing like plants that attack people and potions that will give you like boosts and that, which is pretty cool. I was thinking like, well, I don't know if they showed it, or I think they might have shown it, like if you can do like transfiguration and like bring like the statues and like the gargoyles to life to help attack, I think that'd be pretty cool.
We didn't see that.
That's what I'd like that. But the story kind of is there's evil wizards and there's some sort of goblin revolt. So the goblins are the bad guys and dark wizards in this.
I remember they mentioned something about like an ancient power, right? And I think that's got something to do with you, the protagonist, the
Yeah,
character as
yeah,
well. And that's why you can become so powerful,
yeah.
because you have something to do with this ancient power as well.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, it looks really, really cool. They did mention you can have companions. So there's some other, they showed like 3 examples. I think there was a slithering guy, and there
Yeah,
was it a Hufflepuff girl that was into chicks, animals,
yeah, mate, yeah.
creatures?
I think it was,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, um,
And yeah, and there's another girl that I think was in Gryffindor. So yeah, apparently you can learn about their backstories as you grow, and obviously they can
mhm.
join you on your journeys and quests and stuff. Another good thing, which obviously shouldn't have to be the case, but I feel like we have to mention it because of how bad Shadow of Mordor was. But they did mention
Yeah,
no microtransactions are going to be
yeah,
in this game,
which is
which
good.
is good.
I think a lot of people was worried well because they saw like when I was watching the thingy, there was like a countdown timer
Hmm,
on a certain thing, and I was kind of like, well, this is what they do in like mobile free to play games. You have to wait a certain amount of time before you can play again, or you can pay to play.
sure.
But the devs come out and said, yeah, no, it's not. There's no microtransactions, like you said.
Sure.
They also confirmed that if you want to be like a dickhead, you can just go for it. Just be a bad person and just yeah. I think they said that you can use like the I don't know if you can use like the killing spells and that.
You can use the
Just
killing
straight
curse.
up
They show it
murder
in the
people.
yeah,
Yeah.
they show it
So
right at the end that you can use the killing curse, which I'm a
well,
little bit like, oh, I'm
yeah,
surprised they're allowing that.
yeah,
But that's quite
just
cool. I think that's
yeah,
quite cool that you
yeah,
actually can unlock the killing curse.
yeah.
Imagine,
So
see, 3 curses in Harry, right?
yeah, yeah, there's 3 curse. You got the
Yeah.
Crucio, you got the killing curse, and I don't remember what the other one is. One of them like controls people's minds. One of them's like torture, and one of them's killing. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I can't remember what the other one's
Torture
called.
one is, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But yeah,
I
no,
think
it
yeah.
looks very impressive, ambitious, and it's also been announced what obviously platforms it's coming to. And I was a little bit surprised when I read this because I thought it was next gen or current gen, as we like to call it now.
Yeah,
So it is obviously coming to PC, PS5, Series X and S, but it's also
that's it,
coming to
and then
PS.
that's it. Yeah, sweet, sweet. Thank you. Right, and
Unfortunately, not, Brad.
oh,
Unfortunately, not. You'll
oh,
be surprised to know it's coming to PS4, Xbox
oh,
One,
oh.
but even more surprising is it's also coming to Nintendo Switch
How I just don't understand this. Like, I don't understand how
day
it'd be coming
one.
day one Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
I just don't get it. Like, is it going to be like a lot, reduced version of the game, or is it?
Yeah, obviously, we saw the PS5 version in this conference, and it makes you think how ambitious this game is. I was a little bit like, oh, I'm being a little bit cautious of whether or not it can nail
Mm,
all the things it's
yeah.
trying to hit, because prior to seeing this conference, my expectations for this game was very low,
Mm-hmm.
given obviously we know we were talking about the studio with Perfect Dark. Obviously, they've had leadership leave, all the controversy around the game,
Yeah.
the history and the pedigree of this studio is that they've made the biggest game was Disney Infinity, and they made
Yeah.
like Pixar games like Toy Story 3 and kiddie games. Basically,
Yeah.
they never made a big RPG, and now they're taking on a lot of things that you would see in like The Witcher 3,
Yeah. Yeah.
Fallout, Sky, like big, and CD Projekt
Big.
Red and
Yeah.
Bethesda are veterans at those genres.
And CD Projekt Red still dropped the ball with Cyberpunk. So I mean,
True. Yeah, exactly.
it's
So it's very difficult to get these games right. I don't know. Is it going to hit the mark? What do you think? What's your thoughts?
I hope so, but the whole I suppose you knew it was going to be coming out on PS4 and Xbox One because every game seems like it doesn't seem really no really much point buying a new gen console because they was all coming out on the previous gen. But Nintendo Switch, it's and don't get me wrong, like you can play The Witcher 3 on the Nintendo Switch, and it obviously doesn't look as good, and there's like there's some dropping frame rates, and like pop-ins and that, but you can play the full game on that console, and it's good. I played it, I really enjoyed it, but yeah, like you see a game like this supposed to be this ambitious, how is it going to be on Switch day one? Like, I don't know. Like, obviously, it's going to look worse, but I don't know. I think it's getting to the point now. I just want them to stop, not necessarily the Switch, but definitely the Xbox One and PS4s. Just you kind of have to call it a day and be like, they're not coming out on games now. Like, it's done.
Yeah.
It come out in November. It'll be 2 years since we've had the PS5's been out, and I know why they're doing it because like this. It's mad to think that there's still stock issues with the PS5 now in 2022.
Yes.
It's crazy,
Mm.
and I know everyone can't get hold of them, but when you're going to call it, when you're going to draw a line, you know what I mean? It's
Obviously that's all financial and business sense, and it makes, and I get that from that perspective. What I want to know, because obviously not being game developers, have we been deceived before? Because I was almost led to believe that a lot of these games couldn't run on previous gen because they were like giving us new concept, or they were doing these new things. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, is all that been a lie? Surely just the latest games that are just on PS5, can I just run on PS4? Can I just run on the Switch?
Yeah.
Can Starfield, that is a Series X game only, can that run on Xbox One?
Is it Series S as well, though?
Yeah.
XNS,
the series,
Okay.
Surely that game can run on Xbox One.
Yeah.
If this game can run on Switch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they're saying it's next gen only because it can't run on the other console, sorry.
Yeah, because we're not going to get, like, God of War is coming out on PS4 and PS5. We're not going to get an exclusive PS5 God of War, really, because when the next one gets released, there's going to probably most likely, if there is a PS6, that's going to be out. So then we'll get a PS6 and a PS5 version of it. So we've got to wait till the next gen to get this current gen's version, if you know what I mean. It's I don't know if I'm being, I am selfish, and I don't, just stop playing it, just stop putting it on PS4. I've got a PS5, so I don't have to worry about it. There you go. I said it. Okay, I'm a bastard.
Yeah, maybe all this generation is going to be because there seems to be no, I don't know, iteration on game design. So pretty much every game that can run on a PS5 and series console can also run on a PS4. Maybe all it is that we're getting is just true 4K and 60 frames and ray tracing. That's all it is. It's like we've got the same games, but they're just 4K and 60 frames now.
Yeah.
So if that is the case, they're just going to put on 1080p 30 frame versions on the previous gen.
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't know, previous generations, it seems to be like a big shift of like, right, we're in the next generation now. That's in the past. We've got better games now. Maybe that's just not going to happen.
Yeah, maybe it's just hit the peak. This is it. This is because let's face it, like, really, how could they go? Like the big thing for this generation is load times. Like that's obviously that was the big thing.
But that was SSDs that did that.
Yeah, where's like the next big 8K? You know what I mean? Like, is that the next big?
Yeah, but I want game design iterations. Like, where is the next gen features within a game, right?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, Elden Ring, the people were talking about like, oh wow, like the exploration where you just get dropped in the world and there's nothing. You just gotta work it out yourself. Cool, that's clever game design, but that's not unique to like current gen. You could do that on previous gen. I kind of just want to see features that couldn't feature on the previous gens. Maybe it's just density, like the level of detail. And we thought we was going to get that with Night City, and you kind of do, because they've dropped the ball so far below where it needed to be. Just Night City is not as impressive as what it should have been.
No. But, it's very interesting. Yeah, it's really interesting that it's coming out on the Switch. But and that doesn't really bother me that it's kind of come out on the Switch, because some people don't have PlayStation. I don't care that it's coming on the Switch. It's just how is it going to run on the Switch? Is it going to be like streaming? The
cloud,
cloud. It's we have to wait and see the reviews when it comes out. But Holiday 22 is the release. So you're looking November. Get those games out. They like to bring games out obviously just for Christmas, because it's a big time of the year.
I will probably pick it up regardless. I feel like I should wait for reviews for this one, because I do have a gut feeling it's gonna not score well and it's not going to be a great game. I would like to have seen, and I think it was quite important, and they didn't show it, actual gameplay, like seeing the HUD and actually see someone play it. Because we saw in-engine and gameplay in quotes, but
Yeah.
you didn't like. What is it like battling? Because you're seeing a lot of you do need a lot of spells. Is it turn-based? Is it semi-turn-based and a bit action? Or are you just button pressing? You just pressing like I want to know what you're doing to do that.
Yeah,
And
how you mixing your spells up? Yeah, because you did see
like,
at one point that they're doing like stupefy and then like like a levitating one. How are they mixing it up?
yeah, is it like you press R1 and it's like goes into slow mo and there's like a
Yeah.
skill wheel where you
Mhm.
pick it and it is a bit they needed to show that really, and they didn't show any actual true gameplay.
Yeah, but
So
we wait. It looked, it made me more excited for the game
oh
because
yeah,
I was like before I was like, I was just kind of like, meh, or whatever, I don't mind.
same.
So yeah, I'm more excited for the gameplay now. So yeah, we're gonna have to. Hopefully they will release some more stuff before the game, before its release. So, and this kind of come out of nowhere as well. Like I just saw it on Twitter, bang, here you go. It's got state of play coming up. So, yeah, and I know it's nothing to do with Harry Potter. I just really want them to confirm a release date for God of War. Would be nice.
Yeah, that'll be at their next big state of play, I would imagine.
Yeah.
What I actually would like the same style, but I want it for Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
Please give me Gotham Knights. I know we got the Twitter post of the day, but I just want to see actual more about this game. I just want to know about it because I still don't. Although we got those trailers 2 years ago where you saw it was co-op, and you did see that it's a little bit like a looter type game, and you have levels and there's a skill tree, but I still don't quite understand if it is like you do have loot or it's just cosmetics or I just want to know what the actual game is, a little bit more details. So yeah we'll see.
We will see. Well, that was Hogwarts chat. That was Hogwarts chat. Actually, I'd like to, if you can explore the lake, because in the lake in the books and there's a kraken in there and there's this whole mermaid city in the lake. That would be pretty cool if you go underwater and that. I'd like to
imagine that the frames on the Switch.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad, but yes.
I just how big is this game gonna be on the Switch? The Switch just baffles me.
We think we think it's really big, but really it's just like 8 hours. Just like there's 5 story missions and then that's it, and then it's just empty exploring. No, it doesn't really contribute to anything. Yeah, I don't know. But well, when we hear more, we'll discuss about it. We'll discuss it. So, but moving on to the next segment is the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S updates for Grand Theft Auto 5 come out this week on Tuesday. You had to pay, I think we announced it last week on the PlayStation anyway, I don't know about the Xbox side, you had to pay £8.75 if you wanted to enjoy this update. We was all assuming that there was going to be free, and then Rockstar just kind of said no. So I, like a true fool, jumped in again and paid the £8.75 for the game. And I've been playing it over the last couple of days. Started off by playing the campaign or the story mode. Now, one thing I will say about it is the button layout is it keeps baffling me. Like it's L3, clicking L3 to crouch and go in stealth mode. To sprint, you have to hammer the X button. It's just it keeps throwing me. Like I'm pressing L3 to thinking that's going to make me go in sprint mode. It doesn't.
It's makes you crouch. Yeah.
So the button configuration is a bit it's baffling me still. I'll get used to it. In regards to graphics,
you can remap it, right? Though, if you wanted to.
Surely. Oh, can you? I don't know.
I imagine you can. Yeah.
Suffering. Yeah. Graphically, it looks good. You can tell there's bits of it where you can tell it's like a game that was made for PS3 and Xbox 360.
Sure.
But the story mode, I've played it through before, but it's been years since I have. I'm enjoying it. I was playing it last night. But the big thing is we jumped online. So went online. Me and Reece done a couple of missions, tried to do a heist where we couldn't get a team. They give you a 4 million in-game currency at the beginning. They're like, he's 4 million. Then you have to choose a career path. So the career path was executive, gun runner, biker gang, or nightclub owner. And I went for gun runner. You get like you can buy like a place. So I had to buy a bunker. And what they don't tell you is they give you this 4 million to start off, but then you need to spend between 3 and 4 million of it right at the beginning before they let you go into the game. So you have to either buy a bunker, have to buy certain upgrade for it. You have to buy weapons. You have to buy a vehicle. And I think that's it. I think that's all you have to buy. But yeah, done all that, and then we jumped on.
Okay.
Jumped on. I went to the casino. I saw Reese's card collection because he's been playing GTA Online for a while now, so he's amassed quite a collection, and we've done a couple of missions. What were they? One of them was where we had to just go around and steal people's drugs. So we done that. I got lost and ended up like missing half of the mission because I just couldn't get to where I needed to go.
There was a lot of you getting lost.
Yeah,
it took us most of the night was you trying to work out how to get out of a bunker.
Oh my god! So if you're a gun runner, you have to do like a few like set up missions before you can actually go into the online GTA Online proper. So it's like a tutorial. So to do that, and then when you're a gun runner, you finish in your bunker, and there's just no clear exit. I was running around for about 25 minutes trying to find how to get out of the bunker. In the end, I had to go on YouTube to watch a video of how to leave. Now, some people might have just done it straight away and thought, this guy's an idiot. But I just did not know how to get out. And then, once I got out, it was enjoyable. And we done like a race, didn't we? A race mission where I come last.
We did F1,
I didn't come last, did I? You won. I didn't finish. Did not finish. And then when we was at the end, the summary screen, everyone just started putting thumbs down on me. I don't know what I was doing wrong. But
maybe you rated a drag because of how long you took.
But as someone who's played the PS4 version, obviously a lot more than me, how do you feel? Do you feel like the update is because I remember like a few months ago when we saw the trailer, everyone was like, this just looks the same, right? It doesn't seem any different.
It's noticeably different.
Is it good?
It's a huge difference. The resolution's a lot clearer. Obviously, the ray tracing we've been playing on fidelity mode.
Yeah,
I did try the performance RT, which is the performance at 60 frames with a little bit of ray tracing. I think it does drop the resolution down to like dynamic 4K, and it looks so much better in fidelity. I stuck with the actual true 4K. I think I watched like a video and they were talking about the graphics, and I think they've added like motion blur, so the 30 frames don't look as choppy as they normally would. I think Rockstar has kind of worked out a way to make it look a little bit smoother by putting motion blur in there, which is, I guess, quite clever of them. No, it's just noticeably just looks better. It just renders a lot quicker. It was just kind of quite, although he was obviously on the although I was playing on the PS5, but it was still having all the teething problems because it was still a PS4 game. The load screens took forever. This is just so much quicker. Massive. It's night and day. And everything's just a little bit more streamlined. The menus open up a lot quicker. It used to be like a little bit of a lag or a delay or a little bit of a load to everything. And now it just, even when you're jumping from one server, if you did a mission and you go into another one. Although we got a little bit stuck last night when we kind of finished, he used to just do things like that all the time. He used to just get stuck on the load screen for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Do you know what I mean? It's just you get started. It just seems a little bit more fluid now. So it's just more like quality of life stuff. Obviously, it's the exact same game, but I just think the quality of life stuff is a massive improvement.
And obviously, we haven't got any figures yet of how many people have bought the update, do we? We don't know how many people actually jumped in. I dare say a lot of people will be taking advantage of like the first 3 months though, because it is only it's £8.75 over in the UK.
Yep. It's going to go up to 35 after, so definitely do it if you're interested and you do have a PS5, because as we discovered, they've not got it on the online store, so you can't.
So that's another thing. I was at work on Friday, and I thought, I'm going to preload it now, I've got the digital copy. I rebought the digital copy like in January, so I thought I can download it to my console. And I was trying to purchase the upgrade, so I didn't want to download the PS4 version. Obviously, I wanted to buy the upgrade and download the PS5 version. I was on the app, and I was trying to do it, and like it turns out, you found, you can't buy it if you have to do it through the PS5 console. So if you're thinking, oh, I haven't got a PS5 yet, I'll take advantage of the sale. So when I do get a PS5, console, I can future proof it, and I can take advantage of the discount. You can't. They have done it so you have to have, you have to have a PS5 console to get the update, which is it's crazy. You know what I mean? They're just like, no, we're not going to give people a discount if they ain't got one. They'll have to spend the 30 odd quid for it. No, it's just
they know what product they've got. They know they got this really desirable product, and they know people are just going to buy the 35 when they do get PS5 eventually. So they're like,
I know
we can do
I'm in the minority, and I enjoyed playing it last night. But for me, I don't get the fascination, like the obsession that some people have of it. Like, I don't know. I can imagine if you've got a crew and you're doing heists and that, like you say, we had difficulty doing it. I just don't. For me, I don't know if I would spend that. That would be one of the main games I play all the time. You know what I mean? Like, all in there every day, and but then we know I'm not much of an online gamer anyway. But
but you like RPGs and role-playing games, and you imagine if you were like that's your character. You're building your business, you're getting more money, you're buying nice cars, houses, clothes, whatever it is. And if you do have friends that you're playing along and doing those missions and those bigger missions, like we just did some random contracts because we couldn't find anything, and where we don't really play the game that a lot, I don't know how to set other things up, and obviously we couldn't do the better mission. So I'm sure there's a lot better things we could have done than the things we did. We did like a one, like you said, kill some people to get some drugs, and then we did another one where we got into this like F1 race, which F1 we both didn't really want to do. I've even done like PvP before when I went in there. It was really random. I just got put into this PvP match, and it was like this, like in this building with these different floors, and you're just fighting other people, shooting other people. It's like a team deathmatch. Like there's so many different modes, and it's like, I think you said it, and you just kind of, I think you was like half joking. You said, "Oh wow, this is better than GT7." And it's like, I think that is the bit of it. It is like literally every single game, or like all these different games
in one,
but they pretty much do it as well, or maybe better in some cases.
Yeah, and they do a lot of like all like this story content on there. Like they kept showing me like Dr. Dre, downloaded content. I don't know. You can like do different highs, but I probably will go back to it. I'm gonna carry on with the campaign because I just enjoy that. You don't have to worry about another person just murdering you. Like yesterday, we walked out of the casino and someone just run me over, just killed me straight away, and then started attacking you. So it's
that's my biggest pet peeve about GTA Online. It's just the amount of knobs, dickheads in your server. You sometimes have to go on passive mode because you just want to get from point A to B. And you're going to meet someone on the way, then just going to try and race you, take you down, shoot you, shoot a missile at your car for no reason and just blow it up, and you're just like, then you got a spawn, then you got to go on insurance. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, I only wanted to get to this building, leave me alone kind of thing. But a good thing about the future of it is apparently they're not mixing the server, so no PS previous gen consoles are on GTA Line on PS5 only. So it won't be held back by people on slower consoles, slower stuff. So where they have now separated, I imagine our prediction about what GTA Online will become, where it's going to evolve over time, will actually happen on just PS5 and Series X.
Yeah, there was a few level 5s in the like the one I was in yesterday. There was a few level 5s, and obviously there's the new players like me. You start off. I think you start off at level 5. So there seems to be a few new people just jumping in. So I'm gonna go see what's going on. So, I enjoyed it though. I say I can't see that. I don't know the obsession, and wouldn't go back. But the little bit we did play online yesterday was fun. And I probably will go back to it. It's it's going to be one of those back burner ones, probably though for me. You know,
Sure.
it's the. Yeah, it's you know, and I said I would play it. I said I would play GTA Online, and I did. You know
You
what I mean?
did
So
do
there
it.
you go.
I was
So
surprised you did do
yeah,
it. So,
so that's
what
it.
else have you been playing this week, Brad?
I've also been playing more Jedi Fallen Order.
Ooh,
I am now on Kashyyyk.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on Kashyyyk. I went to. I think I went to. I unlocked a planet called, like Dathomir. I said to you,
Yeah.
but I think I don't know if I unlocked it. You're not supposed to go there that early. I don't think because like there's
Oh.
bits of it where you can't progress because you don't have the powers, like the force powers or whatever, to progress. So I
No,
had
no,
to.
that's how the game is.
Yeah, I had to leave and go and do the planet Zepho. So now I'm done Zepho. Now I'm on Kashyyyk. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. The bit at the beginning of Kashyyyk when you're like climbing along the side of the AT-AT and then you get inside and then you control in the AT-AT walker. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm doing that now, and I still haven't gone back to Horizon. I feel
Yeah.
sorry for Horizon. Everyone bought people who bought it, and then Destiny, and then Elden Ring, and like Horizon's has kind of been left left to
Just
the
a
side.
franchise in whole, right? Like the original came out in the same window of Zelda, Breath of the
Yeah,
Wild, and got
yeah.
completely outshadowed.
Mm-hmm.
And then the same, not so much Destiny, but this time Elden Ring,
Yeah.
which is the shining jewel of this year, and
Yeah.
got to be game of the year. Clearly, doesn't
They just-
matter. It's going to be God of War and all
Yeah.
that. It's clearly going to be game of the year. Also is in the same window.
Yeah, they just dropped the
Is
ball.
Horizon 3? Where's that going to come out around?
That's going to come out with against Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah, something. Yeah, probably something similar to that. Yeah, the next Elder Scrolls or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and they're like, "We're releasing it now." And be like, "Oh, Elder Scrolls 6 is out next week." Yeah, it's just
It will be like a GTA
yeah.
or a Elder. It'll be a massive
Mhm.
franchise, and it's going to come out right next.
Yeah.
It's just like,
And you know me, I never buy games day of release ever, really, unless it's like a God of War or like a Fallout. I would and all that, but I never buy games. I think the last one before I bought it was Mass Effect trilogy. I bought that day of release, and I thought, well, I'm going to get Horizon. I'm going to buy it day of, and then I've just haven't played it. I could have, I could have just waited a little while. Could have sat on it for a little bit longer, but it's here. It's on the shelf. I will go back to it, but now I'm kind of into Star Wars and Grand Theft Auto 5 again. So, yeah, don't know when I'll go back to it. But
I will go back in April. Like I said.
Yeah. I'll go back. I don't know when, but I will. Yeah, return to the Forbidden West. So
Yeah, no,
go back.
like I said, I don't want to pick it up and then to drop it again.
Yeah, you want to just get into it and just finish it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to play. Once I get back into it, I'm just going to do one big playthrough because it's a really, really, really good game. And it kind of deserves, well, I want to play it in a way where I can enjoy it more. And that would be just playing it through rather than in bits.
What else you been playing? I can guess Destiny.
Yes, you'd be surprised to know that I have been playing Destiny.
Yes.
Yeah, no, still really, really enjoying it. The Witch Queen is up there with one of the best ever expansions they've ever done. The raid is really good. I'm really enjoying that. We've got multiple clears now. I think we'll be like 5 or 6 times trying to get those weapons.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much got all the weapons. I just don't have the exotic or the glaive that you get from it. So yeah, I want to get those two. Hopefully drops next week. But yeah, no, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Still doing the grind. It was Iron Banner this week, and they released a new sword that you can get from Iron Banner, and it looks like a lightsaber. So everybody wants that. And there's also a vortex frame, which is the frame where you press like heavy attack, you spin round. I don't know if you ever had the guillotine, which is a popular weapon that also did that, but it's cool. It's a cool weapon. I've been trying to get a good roll because obviously I've got multiple versions of it, but you want one with like good traits.
Yeah.
And then you go, finally I got my version I want, and then you can masterwork it and keep it forever.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So trying to get those good weapons that loot, and also trying to get those red weapons, and then you can craft stuff. So Although they've released a TWAB as they always do every Thursday, and they're really pulling back on the weapon crafting materials. Well, first of all, they're increasing the cap because they really, which is something they needed to do. There was only like a cap of like 250 of like certain materials.
Yeah.
And the problem was that you was kind of bottlenecked to one material, which is like neutral element or neutral something. I can't remember exactly what it was called. So you just really needed that because you need that one material for pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So you never have any of that. But to acquire the easiest way was when you got like a red border weapon, you had to then use that weapon, level it up to 100, and then you could extract the materials from it.
Okay.
And you always got two materials. You always got the neutral material, and then you got a choice of one other. That choice of the one other had like a cap of 250. So you was always max on all those.
Yeah.
So it was almost like meaningless getting those. You were just doing it for the neutral element. Well, they're increasing the caps of everything now. So you can obviously hold more, which is loads better. And then at the end of this season, they decided to get rid of all the other materials and it's only keeping the neutral element. So all that material that you got, binning it, gone, slinging it.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So what Bungie does, they do something and then they're like, let's do a U-turn on that.
Yeah. Well, maybe they see how it works and like, yeah, it's rubbish, get rid of it. I still actually have Destiny installed on my PlayStation. There's one of the games I haven't deleted to make room for other games. It's still
I know you say it every week like a tease.
Yeah.
And every week you don't play.
I know. Yeah.
Every week you don't play.
Yeah. But if I played, I've got to finish doing the Beyond Light. Is it Beyond Light? Or...
Yeah, that's your expansion you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd skip that and just get Witch Queen. Yeah. So much better.
I'd finish Beyond Light. And then...
Finish that then. And then get you. I feel like everybody should play Witch Queen.
I'll get Witch Queen when it's in the sale because they do these little sales, don't they?
Yeah, I'll probably be in there by like September or something.
Yeah, I'll get in the sale. I'll get Alan Wake when that's in the sale. PlayStation have quite a good sale at Easter, so next month hopefully there'll be a nice little sale going on.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, Witch Queen might be in there.
There's a sale on now, but Easter sale is sometimes you get good bits in there. So.
Well, it's technically first party now, so it might be in the sale.
Yeah. So be good. Yeah, but I'm going to carry on playing Star Wars, get that finished, and go from there. Then maybe I've got to go back to. Oh man, I've got so many. I've got to go back to Mass Effect 3 to finish that. Red Dead Redemption 2's really been like playing, like niggling at me. I need to play that.
Just you need to forget about some of these games. Assassin's Creed I want to know, and what the audience really wants to know, is when you're going to honor that poll.
What poll?
The poll you did on Instagram, when the people voted, and they voted Last of Us Part 2.
No, they said don't play it because it's dog shit.
I remember the poll because I voted on the poll.
Yeah.
And
well, one day it'll happen one day. So
will it?
Yeah. No. When I've got nothing else to play.
All right, fine.
The thing is, because I can only play for. I think we worked it out. Last year. I played for 3.87 hours, 2.87 hours a week. So I truly am a part-time player. I have the time I do have time to play. I want to play so I can enjoy it. So
of course. Yeah. Although I dare to say, I feel like you've been playing more this year than you did last year. But I feel like this time last year you was also playing a lot because we were doing our own separate topics, and you were playing like a PS Plus game. You played like Marquette
Marquette, Concrete Genie.
Yeah, I even platinum some games around this time. Last year, didn't you?
I was play. Yeah, I think I was until it got up to like May when
Mass Effect
come out. Yeah, and that was kind of what I played. And what else? I played after that. I played Metro.
Oh yeah, you did in the summer. Yeah.
That was Resident Evil 2.
I was about to say, did you play Resident Evil? You didn't ever play Village though, did you?
Didn't play Village. No, I've done Resident Evil 2 last year. Yeah. So this year so far I've played Star Wars, a bit of Horizon, and I've finished Miles Morales. That 100% of Miles Morales. I think that's it so far for this year. So I need to pick it up, and I would play more. I quite like the PlayStation Plus games. I played that. Marquette was really good. Concrete Genie was a great game, but just lately, the games that they've brought out have not really grabbed me. Not really wanted to jump in. So yeah, I'd not. Yeah, if they bring them out, if they, something goes, if something tickles my fancy on there, I'll do it. Yeah, yeah. No, it is just
Cool.
Horizon, Spider-Man, and Jedi Fallen Order. Because I was playing Far Cry 5, but I think I finished that last year, maybe. I can't remember when I finished that. It might have been this year. Don't know. But yeah, that's what I've been.
I feel
That's
like
what
I've
been
definitely
playing.
played less games this year, and I've played so much more Destiny,
Yeah,
which is not really a bad thing because I guess I've been spending less money on games and stuff, but still,
yeah.
definitely played less games.
I did finish. I finished Far Cry this year as well. So far this year, yeah, Far Cry, Horizon, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Star Wars. Oh, and Grand Theft Auto again. So yeah, that's what I've been playing so far.
I mean, Sifu. Forgot about that. Because I feel like I've only played 2 games this year.
Yeah, I can't remember. Like, there was like a roller coaster world game they brought out on PlayStation Plus that looked quite good, but
Still got that
I-
on my PlayStation. Still have
I-
Avengers on my
I didn't
PlayStation.
do it. You got Avengers, yeah, yeah. You ever gonna
I haven't
finish
jumped
it?
into that for
Like-
like about months now. It's they're not announced anything. I think they announced that they got like a new. Whenever I see anything about it, it's just a new cosmetic, like a new MCU. Like they got Iron Man 2 Iron Suit, or I don't know. That's all they announced now.
Yeah,
And then I think I saw something where they've completely redesigned all like the materials and the economy of how you collect and loot. And I don't know. It's just like,
yeah.
I feel like you need to do this. All needed to be in that expansion, not in drips and jabs.
Yeah.
Every 6 months, you do a little update. It needs to be like here you go, everything. We fixed it.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that's kind of just going to be gone soon, isn't it? It's gonna.
It looks that way. They haven't given us a roadmap. What is next? They ain't told us anything. There's no announcement. So yeah, I think it will just slowly go. I guess.
Yeah, but hey, at least you stuck it out and played on playing it. So there you go.
I had fun.
Yeah.
Still want that platinum though. Bit gutted. I don't have it. I can't believe how much I played it. I don't have that platinum.
It took you years to get it on Destiny, so
Yeah, but that was due to
the Grandmaster difficulty.
Yeah, and I couldn't at the time. I wasn't as good as Destiny as I am now. Now we've done I think I've done Grandma about 4 or 5 times now since.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
I'm just a lot better player now. So yeah, where the Avengers Platinum is just trophies, just like complete 50 of these.
Yeah.
Or collect loads of that. And I'm like, I have. Give me my platinum.
Yeah.
So
I was going to try and platinum Star Wars, but I don't know if I will. I don't know if I'll just do the story and then move on. Just the days of platinum games. Yeah, I've got 1 this year so far. Maybe that will just do me for this year.
Oh, I'm going to platinum Horizon regardless of what happens. That is why I just want to stop and be like, this is all I'm doing, and I won't stop until it's platinums.
Yeah.
I went back and did Zero Dawn. I got a platinum for that, so I'm definitely going to get a platinum for this. I want the collection of like the first parties of Sony's first parties as my.
You got to do Days Gone then. So
I don't own Days Gone, so no.
It's on the collection. Go get it.
It's not in my library, so
No.
so I'm steering clear of that. No, before I do that one.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to play that game at all. We haven't heard them talk about it for whinging for a while, have we?
No, I think
what
he's
they
up
up to?
now. He's just kind of no one really enjoyed my game because it's pretty boring. So yeah, and then people who was gonna Ash, I think got really far, and then it says it ends on a cliffhanger and they're not making another one. So he's just kind of thought, well, won't bother then. Just I'll leave it. Yeah.
And bitching about people like sharing copies and stuff
and like buying it in sales.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, it was like, oh no, the numbers are so much better. Look how many trophies have been popped compared to units sold. It's kind of like,
yeah. It's like, well, I bought in the sale. Sorry, mate. That's how it works. So, but I think that's it. I think that's it for this week. It's a bit of a longer one this week because there's more to talk about. But if you let us know if you like GTA. If you've jumped in for the current gen update or what you thought about Hogwarts and
what are your expectations?
Expectations. Yeah, what's your thoughts about it being on Switch? Anything, and yeah, like Reece said at the top of the episode, please leave a nice review, 5-star rating. Write a little review, and yeah, it really does help us get more exposure. So yeah, thanks.
Is that a good thing?
Man.
Me.
I don't know.
Fine.
And yeah, next week we'll be back with a topic. Where's a topic week next week?
Yeah,
so,
maybe we can get on the Switch. Everything's on the Switch. Maybe we should ask to come on the Switch. Yeah,
to be on the Switch.
Could we be the first? Oh, well,
God,
that
was loud.
announcement. That was
anyone.
Nintendo saying no.
That might have been loud for other people, but for me, that really actually made me jump, and it really hurt my ears. So,
all right. Well,
thanks, Eddie. That's great. Nice one. Right at the end, been quiet all episode, and right at the end of the episode, he had to make himself heard.
Well, there you go. Announcement.
On that note, we'll leave.
Right.
I think. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.